Assalamu alaikum, class 6. Hope all of you are fine. Today we are going to start next chapter of Oxford Progressive English. The topic is The King and the Tide, and it's on page 38. It's unit number 2. Your Oxford Progressive English and lead pencils must be with you. Okay, it's from Oxford Progressive English, unit 2. Topic is The King and the Tide, and page number is 38. This is a story of the king of history. He was a king in history and he united English and Danish people. Danish people who are called Danish people, those who are from Denmark. Okay. So he was the king who united English and Danish people. And later on, he became the ruler of England and he ruled all over the England. He was a sensible king. He was a man of senses, sensible man. But he grew tired of hearing flattery. His attendants used to flatter him. His king's attendants, king's followers used to flatter him, and he was tired of all this flattery. And he thought about them that how foolish people they are. Okay, this is the king picture of the king and the tide. He was a king in history. In reality, there was a king. Students, you have to mute yourself. Mute your mic. Okay, so we'll start reading the story. Who is going to read story? And what about rest of the participants? Okay, Maharaj, you will read the story. Unmute your mic.
ये पेज नंबर 38 है.
Yes, it's page number 38.
right. 1,000 years ago, there was a king of England and Denmark, two countries with coastlines on either side of the North Sea.
Okay,
Their
stop here.
stories were recorded.
Maharaj, wait. I have to show you a slide. Look at this slide. This is a North Sea. This is North Sea. And on one side of North Sea, there is Denmark. And on other side is England. Okay. So that's why it is said that on either side of Denmark and England, there was North Sea on either side. On one side, there is Denmark. On other side, there is England, as you can see in this map. Continue. Ms. Maharaj, continue reading. Okay, Zainab, you will read. Unmute your mic, Zainab.
The story was modeled about this king who was called
Canute.
Canute.
Yes,
Canute.
Canute.
He was a very wise and his country
Courtiers,
thought
and his courtiers
he was the most powerful king and most powerful king there had never seen. There they were always praising him,
praising him.
praising him, oh great king. They used to say, "You are the most powerful king in the world." King Statue, King Statue became tired of their fatigue and decided that
Flattery.
he will teach them a lesson. Oh,
Teach
great
them a lesson.
king, teach them a lesson. Oh, great king, let the countries again one day
Courtiers, courtiers,
are you are the wisest king in the world. You can do anything. You are so great that even the sea will obey you. Exclaimed one
exclaimed
con- exclaimed one confident,
courtier,
kissing the
courtier,
king.
exclaimed one courtier.
Exclaimed one courtier. The
Okay, fine.
king
Thank you. Thank you. Till
groaned
here.
or
Okay, fine, Zainab. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read it again. The King and the Tide. 1,000 years ago, there was a king of England and Denmark, two countries with coastline on either side of the North Sea. On one side of the North Sea, there is Denmark. On the other side of the North Sea, there is England. You can see in the picture in this slide. This story, coastline, a line that forms a boundary between land and ocean. That is called coastline. There's a boundary between land and ocean. One side there is land, other side there is ocean. That is called coastline. This story was recorded about this king who was called King Canute. So the name of the king was Canute, and this story was recorded saved. This story is saved in history about this king. He was very wise king. He was a very sensible king, and his courtiers mean attendants, all followers of the king. They thought that he was the most powerful king thought that he was the powerful king in the world. And they were always praising him. They always appreciated him. They always admired him. Oh, great king, they used to say, you are the most powerful king in the world. King Canute was tired of their flattery. King Canute was fed up after listening this praise again and again, because this was excessive praise. Flattery mean to praise someone in order to please him, in order to make him happy. The meaning of flattery, I'm telling it again, to praise someone in order to make him happy. And another meaning is excessive praise or excessive or insincere praise. So there are two meanings. They used to praise him excessively, means too much, and decided that he would but the king decided that he would teach them a lesson, that he would teach their attendants a lesson. So king thought about it. Oh, great king, said the courtiers again one day. Now again, they are flattering the king. You are the wisest king in the world. You can do anything. This is again flattery. You are so great that even the sea will obey you. Sea will fulfill your command. Whatever you say, sea will fulfill your command. Sea will fulfill your order. One of his attendant said this. Exclaimed one courtier. Exclaimed mean said something with excitement. His courtier was very excited at that time, and he said with excitement that you are so great that even the sea will obey you. Okay, now next paragraph. You have to start. Who will read next paragraph? Aital, would you like to read next paragraph if you have a book? Okay, please raise your hand. Marriage, you will read second paragraph. Unmute your mic.
Okay, teacher. Uh,
The king
the
groaned to
king
himself.
The king groaned to himself. He had lived with all this exclusive reverence long enough. This time he
Excessive
had
reverence.
reverence long enough. This time he had enough. He would show these stupid countryers just how
Would
blind they were. Very well, he replied, I will show you just how powerful I am. Take my throne to the beach as the tide is coming in and watch me order the waves. O king, we will take you straight away, they answered, delighted to carry out a command of for the king. We will watch you stop the tide coming in. Eagerly they carried the king and his throne down to the beach where the tide was coming in and placed it reverently on the sand. Stop coming in, you might tide, ordered the king. The, country, the courtier stood and watched, waiting to see the water stop
Stop
coming.
here. Stop here.
Hmm.
Thank you. Okay, now listen. The king groaned to himself. The king made a harsh sound. He had lived with all this excessive reverence long enough. For a long time, he was listening all this flattery. Excessive reverence, excessive mean more than needed. Reverence is respect. So he had lived with all this excessive reverence long enough. For a long time. They had been respecting him, but they also flattered him. This time he had had enough. This time he thought that it is enough now. He would show these stupid courtiers just how blind they are. Now he wanted to teach them a lesson. So, and he wanted to show them that whatever they are saying, that is not true. Because they said, one of the attendants said that she will obey you. So the king decided, now I will show them that how blind they are. Very well, he replied, I will show you just how powerful I am. Take my throne to the beach as the tide is coming in and watch me order the waves. Throne is a special chair used by king or queen. Throne, a special chair that is used by king or queen. Tide, rise and fall of waves. Tide is rise and fall of waves. I'm going to show a picture of tide. Okay, see, so he ordered his attendants, take my throne to the beach as the tide is coming in, and then you will watch me that how I will order the waves. O king, we will take you straight away. Straight away means directly. They said that we'll take you directly there. They answered, delighted to carry. They were very happy that they are going to fulfill king's order. Delighted to carry out a command for the king. So they were very happy that they are going to obey order, they are going to fulfill king's command. We will watch you stop the tide coming in. Now we will watch you that how can you stop the tide. Eagerly, interestingly carried the king. They took king's throne and king to the beach where the tide was coming in and placed the chair reverently on the sand. Reverently mean respectfully, and respectfully placed the chair on the sand. Stop coming in. Now king is going to order. Stop coming in, you mighty tide. Mighty mean big or huge. So these are the words of the king. This is the order of the king. And these are also the words of the king. Stop coming in, you mighty tide. Okay? Now you have to read third paragraph. Who will read third paragraph? Aital, if you have a book, please read third paragraph. Please raise your hand, students. Who would like to read third paragraph? Okay, Zainab, unmute your mic. Continue, Zainab. The courtier stood and watched.
You from where?
Zainab, are you not listening? It's on page 39.
The country stood
Courtiers. This is courtiers. Courtiers.
the, the courtiers stood and watched, waiting to see water stop coming in. The accepted to see the
Expected,
little waves.
expected.
Expected to see the
Little waves recede, but the tide did not turn back. It continued to come in.
outstanding as they saw the incoming waves cover covered their smart shoes they could not believe it as the water creeped legs legs
Wrapped,
of
wrapped up.
the of the king is up to their ankles. Some soon they were standing to their
To their knees.
knees in water, and the legs of the
Thrown,
thorn thorn
thrown,
itself thorn itself were standing
were
in the
standing.
sea. Now do you see, you foolish men? Asked the king. No king is powerful enough to command the tide. The out, the
Courtiers,
country, the
courtiers
courtiers, the courtiers looked down at their wet legs and shoes.
ruined
They
shoes, ruined
old
shoes,
shoes. They were now fishermen, and they carried the king back to his court
wiser men,
in silence.
silence. Thank you. Okay. The courtier stood and watched. Now they were watching that how tide obeys the king, waiting to see the water stop coming in. They were waiting, and they were thinking that water will stop coming in. They expected to see the waves will go back. These little waves will go back. So they thought this little waves will go back, but the tide did not turn back because he was a king. He was not God that tide or other elements of natural elements would obey. So they expected to see the little waves move in. Tide continued to coming in or move in. The courtiers stood astounded. Astounded means shocked. They were shocked as they saw the incoming waves cover their smart shoes. Smart mean expensive or durable. Smart mean expensive or durable, smart shoes. As they saw incoming waves cover their smart shoes, incoming waves had covered their shoes, they could not believe it as the water crept up to their ankles. Water had covered their ankles. Water was till their ankles. Ankle is a joint that connects foot with leg. And crept up mean uh, move slowly. Crept up, move slowly. Ankles is a joint that connects foot with leg. Soon they were standing to their knees in water, and the legs of the throne itself were standing in the sea. As you can see in the picture, there is water till their ankles. Their ankles are covered with water. You cannot see their ankles. And legs of the thrones are also in water. Now, do you see? Now the king is asking them, now do you see, you foolish man? No king is powerful enough to command the tide. No king can order the tide. The courtiers looked down as at their wet legs and ruined shoes. Their shoes were spoiled. They were now wiser men. How they became wiser men now? In the beginning, they were foolish. Now they had, because they had seen with their own eyes, they had seen the reality with their eyes. So that's why they were now wiser men. Their perception was changed, their thinking was changed, and now they became wise. And they carried the king back to his court in silence, and then silently they went back back to the court with the king. Okay, and there is a moral lesson in this story. The moral lesson in this story is supreme power is God, and these kings and rulers do not have control over the elements of nature, or do not have these kings and rulers do not have control over the elements. So the supreme power is God's power, right? This is a moral lesson. And look at these two words. The star. This is star that is actually called asterisk. Okay. There's a star after the word mighty, asterisk after the word mighty. And the definition of meaning of the word mighty is written here. An old fashioned word meaning very strong and powerful. Where the story ends, below it, there is a word mighty. This is an old fashioned word. Its meaning is very strong and powerful. Okay. Now look at page 38. There is also another word, courtiers. And before courtiers, there is asterisk. Asterisk, you can see a star before it. Men in the king's court or ministers. Right? On page 38, there is vocabulary. Students, please look at page 38. There is vocabulary and definitions. Praise and flattery. So this is a difference between praise and flattery. Praise is given to someone who has done or achieved something worthwhile. Okay. Definition and meaning of praise is on page 38. Praise is given to someone who has done or achieved something worthwhile. On next page, there is definition of flattery. Praise becomes flattery when it is too much, excessive, or insincere. Okay. In the story, the courtiers praise the king too much and it becomes flattery. Hopefully, you have got this lesson, you have got this story. If you have any question, you can ask me. Class 6, if you have any question regarding the story, you can ask me. Hurry up, I'm waiting for your questions. Students, this is a list of words meanings. Okay, Aital, I will tell you about homework. I think you have received your homework. Uh, First two chapters, Summers and Murray and reading emails. You have received this homework, I think, I hope. There were words meanings and question answers of both chapters. Next homework I will send you in next week. Okay? Okay, these are words meanings. Okay, class 6, if you have no question, then I will end this lecture. Yes, ask Aital, ask. Marriage, okay, fine. Marriage, unmute your mic.
टीचर मैंने कहा था अभी तक सिर्फ हम इंग्लिश ए का काम ही कर रहे हैं, कुछ एसेज और स्टोरीज वगैरह हमने इंग्लिश बी वाली कॉपी पे करने की नहीं.
Uh, for English B work, I have told you that you had to write an email, and I told you that you also have to write a letter, email and letter. Did I tell
टीचर
you?
मैंने ईमेल लिख ली है, लेटर नहीं लिखा। लेटर किसको लिखना है?
I'm going to show you slide. Okay, Marriage. You can see on this slide you had to write a letter to your friend asking him or her how did he or she spend summer holidays, and you will also tell him or her how you spent your summer holidays. Okay, so this is the letter you have to write. This is the topic. If you are watching video on mobile, then you can take screenshot of this slide. Yes, Aital, what do you want to ask? Unmute your mic, Aital.
Teacher, which letter we will write?
Yes, this one you can see on slide.
Teacher, this
Write a
is
letter.
introduction.
What?
This is words meaning introduction.
Words meanings of reading emails and summers in Murray. Words meanings and question answers you have to do in English A notebook, and this English B work, email writing and letter writing, it will be done in English B notebook. Okay.
Teacher, the slide is not showing on screen.
Can you see it now? Okay, Marriage. This is slide and the topic is written here. You have to write a letter to your friend. Can you see slide now? Please let me know. Aital, unmute your mic and please let me know.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. If you are watching this video on your mobile, when this video will be uploaded on YouTube, na, then you will watch it. If you watch it on your mobile, then you can take screenshot of this slide. Write a letter to your friend asking him or her how did he or she spend summer holidays, and you will also tell how you spent summer holidays. And in last lecture, I explained it. You can watch this video will be available on YouTube. Okay, Marich and Aital. I'm telling both of you, Marich and Aital. This video is available on YouTube the day before yesterday, probably. Yes, on Wednesday. yesterday. There was a lecture about letter writing. We discussed about letter, what is a letter, kinds of letter, informal and formal, and then parts of letter. So search it in yesterday's video on YouTube. Okay? And this is the topic. Okay. Any question? Okay, class 6. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.